Hey everyone, this is Jim with Mission 1 Survival, and I wanted to do a quick video today on survival rifles and what my train of thought is on that subject, as well as real briefly on gear and what your carry should be if you're going solo in the mountain environment. The reason I'm bringing this up, bringing that up is because there's been a lot of guys on YouTube that have been talking a lot of smack about, hey, I only need to carry 10 pounds of survival gear in any solo survival wilderness situation. Okay, first off, I got to call bullshit, and I'll get back to that in a minute. Okay, survival rifles, what you should carry. Now, there's different trains of thought on this. A lot of guys prefer their ARs. But I got to tell you, and that's fine if you're willing to carry that much weight. 556 millimeter is going to weigh a hell of a lot more than carrying 500 rounds of 22 long rifle, which is a hell of a lot lighter, and a 22 is the only thing you need. So that brings me to what I would consider, and not just myself, but a lot of ex-military guys and guys that are really in the know, a 22 semi-automatic rifle is the only thing that you need in a solo wilderness survival situation. Not only is it going to get your dinner, anything from a squirrel to even a deer if you have to. Yeah, I'm not condoning deer hunting with a 22, but in an actual survival situation, you get close enough, it's going to drop a deer. All you have to do is squeeze the trigger a couple more times. So what I have here, this is mine. This is the new Mossberg 702 22 long rifle, 22 tactical rifle. All carbon. And which I really like. Super light. The ATI adjustable stock, another feature I like about it. Semi-automatic, 25 round mags. This is going to do everything that I need it to do out there. It's not only going to get my meal if it's necessary, but it's also going to be my self-defense. Now, don't underestimate the power of the 22 long rifle rounds, especially with the new high velocity rounds that we can buy nowadays. A 22 semi-automatic rifle is going to defend you from pretty much anything out there. And a lot of guys you go, oh yeah, well what happens if you run up against a bear? Well, let me tell you something. I'd rather run up against a bear with 25 rounds of 22 long rifle and try to take them on with that than with a sharp stick, my friend. So all I got to do is squeeze the trigger until he finally decides that stings a little too much. I think it's time to move on to something that's not going to hurt so much. 22 long rifle, semi-automatic rifle is the only thing that you need to carry for a survival rifle, survival weapon in a solo wilderness survival situation. Which brings me to the next thing I'd like to talk about. I think that there's a lot of confusion on YouTube and on the internet about what you should carry in a solo wilderness survival situation. And what I mean by that is, I'm seeing far too many videos with these guys out there that, they're talking either from their garage or in their backyard about, hey, I can go anywhere in the world in any type of wilderness environment, and if I'm carrying more than 10 pounds of gear in my pack, I'm carrying too much gear. All I need is my knife, my ferro rod, my space blanket, and a wool blanket. Bullshit, okay? If you really believe that, then you're one of three things. You're either A, stupid, B, you don't know what the freak you're talking about, or C, you're insane. And I think a lot of the confusion is all the shows that have come up over the last so many years on the Discovery Channel on wilderness survival. You got to understand that those guys that you see, this is called an emergency survival situation if you accidentally, God forbid, found yourself out there alone in a survival situation and all you had was a knife. And you'd be lucky if you had a knife. But if that's all you had, then, great. Hopefully you've got the skills and you've taken the time to learn the skills to hopefully get your ass out of there alive with that amount of minimal kit. If you're actually going to do this for real and you really want to go solo up in the woods, I'm sorry guys, your backyard doesn't count. The back 40 on your farm doesn't count. I'm going to use the example here that I have in my backyard, which is the Cascade Mountains, the Northern Cascades of Oregon. I'm here in Northern Oregon. I live in Portland. Here in the Pacific Northwest, if you really think you're going to run off into these woods, especially this time of year, late fall, winter, with no more than 10 pounds of gear, good luck to you, and I hope you're carrying a locator unit because you're probably going to have to use that. Which brings me to this right here. My tack vest, I don't have it loaded for combat purposes, okay? So, you know, let's not get into, hey, you know, that's kind of a funny way to configure your ammo pouches. Yeah, no shit. What I'm using this for is load bearing, a load bearing vest. All of the gear that I have in my tack vest here, I can pretty much, if I have to ditch my backpack, I can pretty much go with what I have in here, and it's going to be enough to get my ass out of there alive. It's not going to be enough to survive out there indefinitely. It's going to be enough to get my ass out of there alive, hopefully. Altogether, in my pack, including my tack vest, you're looking at least 60 pounds of gear. Now, you know what? And I'm sure I'm going to catch some flack on the internet about this, and that's fine. Bring it, because any guy out there that doesn't agree with me on this and really thinks that they're going to run off into these woods with nothing but a good knife and a ferro rod and survive this time of year especially, come on out here. I dare you to come here to the Pacific Northwest, and you can show me your mad skills, and I will be impressed. But I know that that's bullshit. So that's really all I wanted to say today. It was going to be a quick video. Stay tuned to some new episodes I'm going to have on here called Bunker Talk, which will be down in the bunker, which we'll get to later. I'll be doing some interviews down there with some former military personnel like myself, as well as guys that are in the know, climbers, hardcore wilderness backpackers. We got some good ones here in the Pacific Northwest. Alright guys, until next time, this is Jim with Mission 1 Survival. Stay safe out there. Do the research, gather the proper knowledge before you really think about running off into the woods alone. All right.